This is the guy. We have the grace. That's exactly right. Oh yeah, you know, he does. But so get this. This is sykoplayz. I don't know how many of you guys have had the opportunity of visiting, the pleasure of visiting one of Psycho's streams, but they're phenomenal and centered, focused on the people that make it up, because it's about the people. Psycho won a community award for being one of the most community, people-driven platforms, environments, streams in the entire world. How many people have won those awards? Maybe 5, 6, something like that. I think that's what we're up to right now. Let's like 5 or 6. Either way, say hello. The beautiful sykoplayz. Hello.
Damn, I look like a ghost. Damn.
I can bring that out a little bit.
I don't care. I like it.
Oh, you like it?
A little scary, a little creepy. Right?
How's he here, everyone? Sound good volume wise? Give us a little chatter again, Psycho, if you could please.
Hello.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Sounds good. Awesome. So Psycho, welcome. So thrilled to have you here.
Well, thanks for having me.
No, it is our pleasure. I was thrilled when a couple of people brought it up in the community and they said, you know, here are some names that we would love to see, and you know, you do what you do, and let's see if we can make that happen. So you know, I brought it up the other day, obviously, to Mrs. Psycho. We were sitting there chatting about it, and I was like, you know what, like someone just gave me another elbow nudge. Maybe I can try and get this done. So I thought I'd whisper her, and boom. Here we go.
That's right. It's that simple.
Well,
I appreciate you hitting us up, though, man.
No,
awesome.
it's an honor. It's an honor. I was just telling him. I know you kind of jumped in on it. That you know we had the luxurious opportunity to meet you guys down at PAX South and saw you running around, both with and without garb.
Yeah.
You know, the full setup.
It was funny at the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah. Did you enjoy that meal, by the way? I never got to.
I did, yeah. It was really good. And I was starving, so I was enjoying anything at that point.
I feel it. So we've got a couple people here, I'm sure that haven't had the opportunity, the pleasure to really see you. So tell us a bit about yourself. Tell us what what you like to do, how you got here, what led you to streaming.
What led me to streaming was hard to explain, really. I mean, it was passion. It was something I loved, of course, but it wasn't. I love video games. I didn't even know anything about streaming at the time. That wasn't even a thing. And then when I got sick, I wasn't able to work, and I had to find something I could do. I had to future-proof myself. So, because with what I have is I will actually be in a wheelchair eventually. So I had to think about what would I do? What can I do that if I'm in a wheelchair, it's not going to even be noticeable. So, and that's a good reason I'm not in a wheelchair, don't get me wrong, but I green screen my chair. So when that day comes, you're not going to know the difference, because I don't really like the whole pity thing. I don't want people to follow or do all this stuff because they're like, oh, he's in a wheelchair. So I green screen that out now so they won't know when I'm in it later. And so this was something that I don't know. I came across it watching Tim the Tatman on Twitch. So, and I was like, shoot, I love video games. I love talking. I'm going to be sitting anyway. I could do this. Well, at the time I was like, it's easy. I could do this. I could get paid to play video, man. This shit's easy. And then, 8 years later, I realized, holy shit, this isn't easy at all. This is the hardest job I've ever had, but the most rewarding, the most fulfilling. When you're done, when your day, you feel like you've done something special.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I love what I do, and if I didn't love it, I wouldn't put this much time into it.
Well, and it's a lot of time. I mean, you said yourself you kind of have a routine to go through to get dressed, to put on everything. So what's that whole process look like for you to start your day? Do you do it on days off to try and build content, outside of streaming? Like what does that entail?
Hold on one second, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, my wife needed me for a second.
Totally
But,
cool.
she reminded me to host the channel. I completely forgot.
Oh.
She knows what she's good at this, bro.
Well, hey, we appreciate it. Of course, always.
I forget things. That's what she's here for, to help me stay straight.
It's always nice to have someone.
Okay, and I hate to say this, but what was your question? I apologize.
Oh, no. So you've got a whole routine. You know, you said you were expending some time.
Yeah. Well, when the thing with my makeup or whatever I wear, well, people think all this is like white makeup, and it's not. I'm just pale. This is the only thing I put on other than my mask. I mean, sometimes I'm going casual, like today, I just throw on a hoodie. But for the most part, I like to wear a suit and tie, just because, you know, I always did construction growing up, and I always had jobs where I left dirty and I came home even dirtier. And I wanted to get to the point where I felt good and I felt like I looked good at work. So that's why I wear a suit and tie, because if you look good, you feel good, and I want to feel good all the time. So that's the reason I wear the tie. The biggest thing that I hate doing the most is shaving my head, because I'm not bald. It's just for the look.
Right.
I have to shave it just to keep, because when it starts growing out, to me, it makes the whole thing, like, this to me looks more, it fits the character. The same reason I wear earbuds. Like, every little thing that I do means something. There's a reason behind every little, even details that people don't even notice that I do. I mean, like my earrings with the liquid in them. Like, I got little details all over the place that I bet people never even noticed.
Right. I mean, I know that there's like a whole rhyme and reason. And actually, when I was just on the channel the other day, you were talking to Punch My Clown.
Punching My Clown, yeah.
Punching My Clown. And you were talking about branding and how important branding really ends up coming down to it. And when a lot of streamers, as you said, like, hey, this is easy, I'm just going to push a button and get paid. And a lot of streamers don't really think about the long term, about what it's like to, you know, create a community name, what it's like to, you know, create your own name, and how all of those pieces have to fit together and align, because it's the long term thinking, or the building process, the foundation of starting now to build your future for tomorrow. And
yeah,
I think that's the challenging piece, is that a lot of people need to be in the right frame of mind and with the right philosophy going into it, that this is a business. And so,
absolutely.
You know, did you have a background in that, or is it all just self-taught? Is it watching Tim the Tap Man? Like, how did this all come to be? Something that I would say you just have a knack for.
Well, like I said, I've been doing this for 8 years. It's not nothing new. I didn't just have what I have on day one. It took me years to get even the look or the stuff that I have to make it even possible, the funds, because, you know, just to have this stuff isn't free. Now, at first it was because I created all of it myself, but even when I created stuff myself, I had to buy things to put together, because everything I had was unique to me, but I had to buy the pieces to put together, because it's okay to, like, take ideas from people, but it's not okay just to try to be that person, which I see a lot of people try to do these days. That's just laziness. But I mean, I do art. Like, I'm an artist, I guess you could say. So being able to create things is just in me. Like, it's just something I'm good at. In video games, I've been playing since I was a little kid. Now, when it comes to, like, it's funny because when I go back and watch my VODs, and if you're a streamer in chat, if you're not watching your VODs, you need to, because it's important. Don't feel weird. Oh, I can't watch myself. Watch yourself. Get over it, because you need to know how your sound levels are, how you look, how you're acting, how you're engaging. Are you bored of your own self? If you watch your stream and you're like, damn, this is boring, other people are bored too. So watch your VODs. And so it was weird, because when I first started doing the psycho look and everything, I've always been psycho since I was 14, but the whole look is a new thing within like almost 2 years. But when I became psycho, the character, I just became a whole nother person. My confidence level went up. The way I spoke went up. And I couldn't even think of what to say. Somebody would say to me and I would give short answers like, yeah, okay, sure, cool. But now I can talk for 5 hours and my brain just constantly works. And it's weird. I don't know why. I think it's just acting in general, which I've never been an actor, but ever since I started doing this and I started just, it's hard to explain, man. I'll go back and watch my VODs and be like, holy shit, did I say that? Like, I don't remember saying that. That's pretty cool. You know, like I surprise my own self. I know that sounds weird, but I do. And I don't know. I wouldn't know if that's natural. I wouldn't say it's natural because I couldn't do it before. Like if I met you in person, it'd be awkward as hell, which we did meet in person. But you know, I didn't talk this much when we met in person. I was like, yeah, hey, I'm sykoplayz. We can take a picture. Yeah, sure. You know, it was awkward because I'm an awkward person. But when I'm in character and I'm doing this, man, I feel so free. It's hard. I feel just like I can run anything I want. I'm the best
Yeah.
at anything I want to be. And it feels freaking amazing to be Psycho the character.
Well, and I think that there's a lot of opportunities there for, I would say, younger audience base, people who are trying to get into streaming, people who just, they need to see that. They see your journey. They see how you've grown as a person, as a content creator, as an influencer. And it's not just an influence towards a product or a game or towards whatever, but it's about the people's lives. And you're taking a moment around your community to say, like, I want to do this. And so I need to will that. I need to put myself up to the pedestal to say, I need to succeed because this is a business. And as you said, sometimes it's taking it upon yourself, buying product yourself, finding a way, watching YouTube videos, whatever it may be in order to create that, to give yourself the next leg up. And sometimes it is watching other content creators and saying, you know what, I can do that with Psycho's Twist. I can do that with this to make it my own. And I think that's a part of the challenge, but I think ultimately the end all be all is that, you know, we as content creators, and it's kind of been a theme in some of our interviews, is that we as content creators have the opportunity to guide the future and take the moment, take the time to sit down and actually have a real chat. And I think that it's great of you to notice and then to even talk about that story, that we are someone different and that we can be someone different, and that's okay, but it also helps us to grow as individuals. Do you feel like you try and gauge or push your content, push your story around what can I do to help people more? I mean, it seems evident from the fact that you have won awards for this, but what's your model look like, your business model look like around trying to build that, to foster people?
Well, it's like we're just, our community is very open with one another. I don't try to. I know it sounds weird, but I don't. It does sound weird when you say it out loud, but I don't pretend to be something I'm not, even though I'm a character.
Right.
But this is just for fun. But when I speak, when I do the things I do, that is the real me. I just look a little different than what and when I'm like this honestly feels like what I should look like. And you know, I know it sounds really weird, but I felt like if I was born looking like this, I would be hella comfortable that way as well, because I feel so comfortable. And then when people come into my stream, we're there for one another. We let them know that it's okay to not be okay. You know, and we want you to feel comfortable in my stream, no matter if you like metal, if you like country, Christian music, rap. It don't matter what your background is, anything like that. We want you to come in and feel like if you have a bad day, you can come and let us know about your bad day. And we can actually, because we want to hear it. You're not bringing, and then they'll tell us about their bad thing and be, I'm sorry, I don't want to bring your stream down. Well, you're not bringing our stream down because that's what we're here for. You're making yourself feel better. And we're here for you just like you're here for us. You know, so, and not only is my stream, because I get these messages on the daily about how my streams help them through this depression, and they're at home from work because they can't, because of corona, and it gives them something, all this or that. But it's a two-way street. I'm on medication right now, right here, for anxiety, and my stream helps me with that. Like, I don't even have to take those as much as I used to, because they help me just as much as I help them, because we're family. And I think a community like mine, which is to me one of the best out there, because when you can stop 500 people from chatting to say a prayer for a minute, and then as soon as I say amen, the chat goes crazy. That's that's a community. That is a loyal, amazing, beautiful type of something I never thought I would be able to be a part of. I feel blessed to be a part of the asylum. I'm glad they let me be a part of it. And you just have to, as a content creator, talk to your viewers, talk to them as people, because they're not just a number. They all have a story. They all have a name. They all have issues. They all have something going on in their life that they're scared to talk about. And being in your stream, typing anonymously from far away on the computer is their only outlet to make them feel human. So it's important to help each other feel normal.
Absolutely. I mean, I say a lot that this is our stream. This isn't, my stream. And I think that the separation there between the success of an individual, the success of a community is where you really see people stand out for the real purpose, is what I would say. I'm focused on the needs of the many, the needs of the people that are there, just the same as you are. You know, we're in this to see other people just have a better day, because we all need it. We're humans at the end of the day. We hurt. We've got problems. We're all a little psycho, and it's rough. Sometimes it's rough to talk about it. Sometimes it's rough to bring that up. And so I love the branding image around that you guys are all part of the asylum, because we all kind of have our own problems. And as you said, every piece to that puzzle all adds up, and it's so visibly apparent. Maybe not to some people, but it's so apparent to me in the sense that I'm in this, so like I know where you're headed with it. But I think it's fantastic to see that, to say that you have a home, you have a place that you can go to feel accepted with a group of other people that all have issues too. And I think it's the realization that you do have an issue. And so how do you handle some of the relationships that you've built? How do you handle some of the things that end up popping up in chat where someone's trying to be, let's say, down and out, and they need a little support, they need a little bit of a chatter, or like, hey, I've got this depression state in my life, or I'm feeling suicidal, or I'm feeling X. What's the process that your community goes through to deliver upon building that person back up?
Well, I've noticed that sometimes I don't even have to step in. If somebody comes in and they say that my mom just died, or somebody's sick, can you do this, or I'm having issues. Like, I had this one guy, I'm not going to say his name, but he was in my chat saying that he had what was it? I can't remember. It was drugs or it was alcohol. I can't remember which one it was, but he was having issues, and he said my stream has helped him for 3 months not to do any of that stuff. But he has been going through some stuff, and this is what he was saying. And last night it was alcohol. Y'all remember? Okay. And last night he failed, and he started drinking again, and I let him know. And so we stopped the game right there. We were playing the game. The games are not important. You can respawn, you can reset. Games are not important. People are important. So I told him, I said, look, you didn't fail. And my whole community is sitting there talking to him, letting them know that it's okay. You didn't fail. Failing is when you try to do something and you mess up, but you don't try to fix it. That's failure. Trying to do something, messing up, and then trying to fix your mistake is not failure. That's a setback. And everybody can take a step back, but we can always go forward again. There's nothing stopping us from going forward. So just because you say you're trying to lose weight and you've been doing great, and you eat a cake and you're like, I failed. You're not a failure. You just took a set. You're human. That's just a human thing. So we let them know it's okay. You didn't fail, but don't. And I told them this, and I like to be very stern in my stream. I like to be very authoritative. I don't know.
Authoritative?
I like to do that. And I don't know why it is, and I told him, I said, it's okay. but don't do it again. You know, it's okay that you took a step back, and you might take a step back later, but tomorrow, do not drink again. Tomorrow's a different day. And I said, and I'm going to make sure of it. So I want you to hit me up on Snapchat every night at 9:00 p.m. to let me know what your day how your day was. And if you don't hit me up, I'll hit you up. So I set it on my alarm, and I said 9 p.m. talk to so and so, see how he is. So at 9 p.m. if he didn't hit me up, I sent him a Snapchat every night. How you doing? First couple nights he was like, "Holy crap, you really did respond." And I was like, "Listen, I don't just say shit just to say shit. I'm not going to tell people things if I'm not going to stick to it. That's just the same way when I try to promote my products. I don't get sponsored by companies I don't use. I'm not that kind of person.
Right.
So if I tell you that I care and I'm going to ask you this and I'm going to make sure you're doing this, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So for like 2 weeks straight, I hit him up every night. Every night. I think it got on his nerves after a while, and then some days he said, "I'm struggling." I said, "But you got this." And every day I would just, out of the middle of the note, and like 2:00 that afternoon, I just hit him, "Yo, you got this." You know, just random. And it seems kind of like it's not a big deal, but I can promise you when someone is struggling with something and they feel lonely and like no one cares, and it can be anybody. It don't have to be sykoplayz from Mixer. You know, it can be anyone. It could be someone he don't even know. Snapchat him, say, "Hey, I'm so-and-so. How are you doing today?" And just for them know that someone cares enough to take their time out of their day to see if they're okay is very impactful. So that's my community cares about one another. So if someone comes in with a problem, we all feel that problem, and we're all there together to help them with that problem.
Absolutely.
And I just feel blessed. Like I said before, I feel blessed to be a part of the asylum. It's the reason we're called the asylum, like you said, it's a place where it's okay to not be okay. And the asylum is a place like if you go to a real asylum, it's a place where everybody in there's got problems. That's why you're there. You all have problems. And they're all different. Some of them are similar, but you're in there to get help. That's why you're there. And that's the whole reason for the asylum. We're not making fun, or even though we had somebody come in my stream yesterday really pissed off that I was on mental health. I was the first person on Mixer's mental health awareness, and I'm making fun of people with mental problems. And I was like, dude, you don't know us. You don't know what we do here. You just came into something, you're like when you come in at the end of a joke and you just start laughing and you don't even know what the joke's about. Don't just come in and think you know what we do here. And, that's a whole nother topic, but still, the asylum is a family of people with problems, and we're there for each other's problems. There you go.
I think I think that there's a whole piece to that sorry to kind of touch on a little bit of what you've said. We run into problems and we fail. We don't succeed, and in our moments of failure, that's our greatest potential for growth. As you've said, we take the opportunity to learn from our mistakes and build upon the successes of our future by understanding and having the humility to say, I screwed up. I don't know what I'm doing, but I need help. And that's where, again, the community really, really comes into it, is that you have other people that, maybe they haven't gone through the exact same thing that, that they're going through. Like I might not have had, an issue with X or Y or Z, or, struggles with alcohol or whatever it may be, but I'm still human. I know what, running into a situation where I feel the need to splurge, or I feel the need to use a substance, or I feel the need to X, Y, Z, whatever it may be. And as humans, we encounter problems. And so I know that, like I've discussed earlier, we're starting to look at a world where we see a lot of content being consumed by a younger audience. We all know that some of the blueberries out there in chat are of a younger age group. And I think that we are in a position to really change the way that the future is shaped, as I've stated. And we have content creators out there, like, let's say, for example, Ninja or Shroud or whatever. And based off of the game that they're playing, they're attracting a certain audience accordingly. Based off of your stream, I would say that you're geared toward a much more mature audience, but you still have your share of pictures that you post of children wearing, your mask, your your brand. So how do you gear towards, trying to still be, I would say, observant or mindful of some of the younger audience members, some of the kids out there who are watching?
That's a really tough one. That's a tough one because
I love tough ones.
Yeah, well, I'm an 18 plus streamer for a reason, because we talk about buttholes and ball sacks. We get weird and dirty. I mean, that's what we do. I like to laugh, and I like when other people laugh. And no matter how old I get, I still think boobies is a funny word, and if I'm 18 plus and your kid is in there watching me and I'm talking about this stuff and I'm saying cuss words or talking about drugs or whatever is happening, even though most of the stuff we talk about is serious topics, if you let your kid watch me, that's your parenting style. That's you. I don't judge you for what you do. I don't care. If you want to allow your kid to watch me, then that's you. That doesn't make you a bad parent. I'm not going to change my content because your child is watching me stream, because I'm 18 plus. That's like if you took your kid to an R-rated movie and they start having sex and you can't, that's on you. That was your decision to let your kid watch that movie. But I don't mind it. I love it, man. When I see these kids, there was one that was kind of weird. It was, they actually asked me to play this. They whispered it to me. They said, I think it was their 2-year-old. I can't remember, 2 or 3-year-old. They love when you play Slipknot Cluster. And that just says the F word a lot. And I'm just like, they love it. They think, and they've recorded a video of this child, not that she wasn't singing it, but she was just, it's psycho, and she was jamming out to me playing, Cluster from Slipknot. And the thing is, that's your parenting style. That's right on you. They're gonna hear that. That's what everybody tries to keep their kids from knowing about death, sex, and drugs. Your kids are gonna know about death, sex, and drugs. I don't care how hard you parent them. You might as well just let them know about it now. Because if they know about it now, there's a better chance they won't do it because they realize how bad it is. If they figure it out on their own, then it's too late. So tell them that the shit's bad. Tell them that, I was a drug addict. I did this or that. Tell your kids about your life. Don't be afraid to let them know. Educate. Tell them about death. Let them know that you could get kidnapped. Like if our kids start wanting, we've told them this ever since they understood anything. If you walk away from us in the store, someone might kidnap you and kill you. But we let them know. It sounds harsh, but I'd rather them understand the truth about what really can happen. I'm not going to beat around the bush and be like, well, somebody might do this. No, somebody might take you and they might kill you and you will never see us again. It is the truth. And if it scares them to not do it, it's, that's the way everything is. That's what pain is. Pain is your body's, God gave us pain to let us know when we're not supposed to do something. He gave us common sense to let us know when we're not supposed to do something. That's us as parents to teach our kids when they're not supposed to do something. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. If you let your kids watch me, that's on you. I'm fine with it.
Well, hey, we like a little off topic because that's where I feel like we tend to adapt, and a lot of, as you said, in the struggle of a content creator, of a streamer's life, it's being able to take one question and turn it into a string, one conversation and turn it into an hour, and really build on that, really have a back and forth, true heart to heart human interaction. And I think it's touching in the way that freedom or the freedom to do what you want is what we can do, or how we can create more loving situations as people, from a parent to children to in a relationship with another individual, because freedom is its own test. And I think that shines a little bit true through faith. And I think that you have a really, really strong background in faith. I know I've had a couple conversations with you that I told you, before, ages ago, that your son got real sick, and I told you I was praying for you. I hardly knew you, but that's how we're supposed to interact.
For anybody without knowing them.
Right. And I would agree with that wholeheartedly. That it's not about that. It's about, you know, what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to treat other people out there. How we're supposed to look after each other, because we're all in this together. This is all, you know, for lack of a better phrase, one big rat race. So like, how do you feel like faith has influenced your content, your stream, and the people that show up?
Faith is everything, because without my faith, I wouldn't be here. I'd probably be dead in the gutter somewhere. I wouldn't have my wife to make sure that I stay balanced. I wouldn't have my kids to keep me straight. I wouldn't have any of this. I mean, God gave me a great life earlier, and I screwed it up because I'm an idiot, and he made me pay for it. And I feel blessed that he's given me a second chance to prove that I do respect the things he's given me. And that's why I don't, if somebody asks me about my faith in my stream, I don't hesitate to tell them how I am. I don't hesitate to tell them how I feel, because I know what I know. And just because you don't know the truth about something doesn't mean it's not real. Okay, just because you can't see the air you breathe doesn't mean it's not there. Okay, but the thing about my streams is I do not try to convert people to what I believe. That is not what my streams are. I am not a Christian stream. I am not a faith stream or a godly stream. I'm a Christian. I believe in what I believe, me as myself. And I'm not going to change or not talk about my faith just because I'm on a platform with a bunch of people looking at me. That is up to them to believe if they want to believe. I don't, you know, I do. The only thing that bothers me, like, if you don't believe, I'm cool with that. That's fine. That's on you. That's you. I'm not gonna, you know, well, who am I to tell you what you got to do? But the things that I don't like when people go in and tell me, you know, God's fake. I feel like that is very disrespectful to someone that believes. And I feel like you're doing it to be disrespectful. It's being spiteful of my faith. And I don't do, now, if you don't believe, you know, if you believe God's fake, if you think he's fake, cool. Shut your mouth about it though. Keep your mouth shut. I don't care about your idea of him being fake, because I know what I know. I know what I know, trust me. The stuff I've been through, I know what I know. And that's really all I can say. Okay, I mean, okay, but anyways.
I get it.
It's, I will always talk about my faith, because if it offends someone that I'm praying in my stream, I'm fine with that, because me offending them does not determine if I go to heaven or not when I die. What I care about is my afterlife with my family. I don't, it's just, but my stream's open to everyone. Open to everyone's, and you can believe in a different God, no God, multiple gods. We can still pray together, or you can just have a moment of silence while the people that want to pray. I'm not going to judge you for what you believe or don't believe. That's why it's called freedom of choice. And I respect you wholeheartedly, no matter what. And that's what makes, I feel like makes our stream so great, because everybody's welcome. It's not like a church filled with Christians, because a church filled with Christians is not helping anyone, because you're trying to save people in a church. And if everybody's already saved in the church, then what's the point of the church? So we're bringing everybody in just to talk about it. And if me saying a prayer for some reason makes someone go, wow, if this guy with his tattoos and his piercings and his dirty mouth and his, you know, and his crazy horror theme, I didn't think people like us could believe in that stuff. And he believed, if it does that for someone, good. If not, that's okay too. I'm not a preacher. That's not my job to make sure people are saved. But it is my job to talk about what I believe in. And I will always talk about what I believe in.
Well, and it's a fine line to walk. I think at the end of the day, you know, you can't be too invasive, but you still, we're called to be firm, to be, you know, you can wear that badge, wear it proudly, and never back down. And so You always, like you said, you don't want to force an opinion. You don't want to quote unquote influence an opinion towards that direction, but you
Exactly.
want to stand for what you believe in.
Yeah, because being where I'm at now, we're called influencers for a reason. That's why these companies contact us. Yo, will you promote our product? Because we can make them millions of dollars just
Right.
because who we are. And
Hmm.
if I have thousands and thousands of people looking at me every day, I got to be careful what I say. And if somebody asked me, "Do you believe in God?" and I said no because I was scared I was going to offend someone, that's not right. That
No, of
would
course
not
not.
be that. I don't have to prove myself to anyone but one person. So I got to be careful. I got to make sure I say what I mean and what I know.
Absolutely. Well, and I think that that stands to the character. I mean, you're wearing a suit. They're AFK deputy. You're wearing a suit that defines your brand. But as you said, it's still you under there. It's still you that defines that character. But it still sounds like you've also had a bit of a redemption story in the way of streaming. I saw a post that you had made the other day on Twitter that said, I spent so much time focusing on why I couldn't do X or why I couldn't do Y, and be better at shooters, be better at, like, I'm trying to be the next Spartacus, the next, whatever. And that's the sorry, your quote was
God.
God, right?
Yeah.
So, like, when you're thinking about that whole process, you said you've been doing this for 8 years, and you started on Twitch, if I got that correct.
Yes.
So what does that transition look like? Why did you choose Mixer? What was attracting about Mixer for you that brought you over to the platform?
Well, when I was on Twitch, I did pretty well over there. I think we got up to like almost 8,000 followers. I averaged around 250 viewers. Like, it was good, but it was so toxic. And no matter what I did, what game I played, the community wasn't a community. It was
Mm.
They were viewers, and it felt like it. It felt like I just had viewers. So they were only there for the game I played, and that was it. And I didn't like that. There was something I was like, I didn't think this is what live streaming was. I thought it was something else. I thought it was something special. If I could just play games at home by myself and without having to entertain people. So I didn't like the way it made me feel. So I went to YouTube. I got really big well, not real big compared to YouTube numbers, but we hit big numbers. I was streaming for like 5,000 people a stream. It was huge. And it felt the same way. It just didn't. If I played I ended up, what happened with YouTube is I started getting so popular on YouTube that I got the thing that made me popular. It's kind of like Ninja Story, right? He got real popular on Fortnite, and he felt like he had to play Fortnite, and that's all he played for like 2 years straight, nothing but Fortnite. And I was playing Minecraft, and I did pixel art Minecraft photos, and
I'm
it was
sorry, I'm just trying to
realistic.
imagine you in Minecraft.
Yeah, but I didn't look like this. It was just normal me, right? And I would stream for 5,000 people putting blocks down, and I was bored out of my damn mind. I was so bored, and I was a family friendly streamer, and I was just doing it for the numbers. Straight up, I was doing it for the numbers, and I wasn't having fun playing what I played. It was just, I couldn't be me. I felt like I had to sugarcoat everything because I didn't want to offend anybody, and it just didn't work. And then Mixer came along. I heard about it when it was Beam. Like, I joined them when they were like 2 weeks in. I don't know how I came across it. It was just an accident. And I was like, and I found out they had this low latency thing. And that's what blew the interactive buttons were cool, but the low latency thing really blew my mind because I'm like, I want conversation. And you can't have conversation on Twitch with 15-second delay. It's hard to have a real conversation. Why do I hear? Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, I just heard somebody talking all of a sudden. I don't know what the hell that was. I still got my Modern Warfare up. I think somebody just randomly joined my party.
Oh.
All right. Anyways, what the hell was? Oh, so when I heard about Twitch or Beam at the time, and they had this immediate conversation, I was like, "Yo, this is a new platform. I could start fresh, be something completely different. I can do something else. I could do whatever I want. Nobody knows me. I could go as a different name. I could do anything I want." So on Twitch, I was Psycho MMA because I did MMA and I've loved MMA. So I wanted my name, I wanted it all be focused around mixed martial arts. So when I went to YouTube, I was Psycho MMA. So when I came here, at first I was just Psycho, and the streams pretty much started out the same, except for I wasn't playing Minecraft. It looked the same. I acted the same. I was a little bit more edgy, I guess. And then it just wasn't working. I felt bored of my stream. I felt bored of everything. I was like, I'm boring, man. I'm just boring. I'm not good at this. And then I had this question. I had this dream about being a clown in an asylum. And I told my wife, I said, look, I've been doing this for 7 years now. I had this dream. I'm gonna try it. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna quit. I'm done. I can't keep doing this. I feel it's depressing. And she said, she's very supportive. All right, you do what you want. If that's what you think, you do. So I spent 3 months making this happen. Lost a bunch of weight, shaved my head, shaved my beard. Like, I went all in for 3 months. And when I revealed myself, I was 90 pounds lighter, bald-headed, shaved face, white as a ghost, a big smile on my face. And a year later, 40,000 followers in the bank in a year. I mean, that's something, it still blows my mind to this day. Blows my freaking mind. So yeah, it's all about branding. I probably got off topic. What the hell were we talking about?
The transition from Twitch to Twitch to Mixer.
Okay. So I'm still on topic pretty much.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, you are. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It was a good change because low latency helped. It's family. I love, like, the community I have now feels what I've always wanted from the beginning. The community I have now is what I wanted when I was on Twitch, and I just couldn't see myself leaving. I don't care if I always heard the money's better on Twitch. And even my agents tell me that I could probably do better on Twitch. And I told them, no, thank you. No, thank you. It ain't about the money to me. It's not about the money. If it was about the money, I'd be sponsored by Gunner. I'd be sponsored by all these companies that contacted me wanting me to sponsor with them. But it ain't about the money. That's why I'm going to advertise the things that I use, and I'm going to be loyal to my subjects. And they'll always be that way.
Right. Well, so I know that you built this character, that you had a dream and everything was absolutely fantastic, and that Twitch was a toxic environment, and we still find that, and Mixer has been that community home, and I feel it every single day. That's why I do this. I feel like I started on Twitch as well. I did 2 broadcasts, maybe 3. And I had people coming in here just like, you're an absolute scuzzball. You shouldn't even be streaming. Go home and cry to your mom, just stuff like that. And you're like, where do you even pull that from? Like,
dude,
why?
Let me tell you what happened to me on Twitch one time. I got raided by 4chan. And I don't know if you know who 4chan is.
Oh, God.
I got raided by them.
Troll Supreme.
It's a whole community of scumbags.
Yes.
And they raided me. And here's what's bad. They raided me for 2 hours. Straight, spamming nothing but pedo. I'm talking about thousands of people spamming pedo for 2 hours straight, and Twitch did not one thing about it. They could care less. They did nothing about it because I was a nobody.
Right.
And now here on Mixer, before I even become like bigger, like as big as I am now, I had one person come into my stream and troll me, and there was a glitch and it wouldn't let us ban them. So I contacted Twitch right away. I had 4 staff members
Mixer, but yeah.
within Mixer. I had 4 staff members come into my stream on Mixer within 15 minutes to fix the problem. 15 minutes, 4 staff members joined my stream. That's a community I want to be a part of. 100%.
Right. So I think we're at a challenging stage because Mixer's had its ups and downs. We're doing extremely well from what I see. My point of view. I mean, obviously, it doesn't necessarily match up with the news, but we're doing extremely well with this pandemic, this situation that we're in. And I think the way of the future, with how Twitch is even looking, with just chatting being a growing category, is that Mixer stands to gain. And a lot of people are starting to discover streaming platforms like Twitch or D Live or YouTube, Facebook, whatever, as a solution to go find communities, to go find a home, to go find someone to talk to and just have a real moment. And so I think that's where Mixer stands to shine. But let's say, hypothetically, it all falls apart. The foundation crumbles and we have to go find another home. Where does Psycho go?
I have no idea. I hope it doesn't come to that. But wherever I go, I hope I can at least bring some people with me.
Oh, you'll bring people. Don't fool yourself, man.
Well, you know, the asylum is people. It's not the place we're at. It's the people that are there. So if we have to go to a different place, it'll still be the asylum, no matter what the URL says.
Yeah, no, I'm of the same mindset. Like, if this community, you know, because the platform falls apart, we're not falling apart at root. We're going somewhere else. We'll uproot everything. We'll bring that whole house to another location, another plot of land. And I don't care what anyone says. We're gonna make it work. And I think Mixer would probably stand with each other, but the greatest thing is that because of who we are here, the wide majority of us, who we are here, I think that we would actually influence an entire platform. When you bring a 5% viewer base or 10% viewer base, now you become part of a majority in a way. And you stand to change. And I think that, you know, you as a person, you know, we're attracting people from outside of this world, from outside of Mixer, from outside of Twitch, from outside of whatever. We've all been working to be big influencers to grow this platform and to bring people here, to show them what community really stands for and to show them what people at a core really stand for. And so how do you feel like Mixer stands to gain with attracting new people? What do you think would be the best thing that they could do right now to grow this entity?
The best thing they could do, in my opinion, right now is to focus on quality. Focus on fixing stream quality.
Okay.
And because I watch people on Twitch. I watch Dr. Disrespect. I watch Tim the Tap Man. You know, I watch people. Doug is Raw. And when you go to their streams, they load, they play smooth, they don't hiccup, they don't do anything. I can't even watch Mixer on my phone at all because it's constant choppiness. I'm watching your stream right now and it's already glitched like 30 times while we're sitting here. And, you know, they got this FTL that desyncs all the time. They got all the, you know, my wife's got this brand new laptop and it feels like she's using this little cheap dumpy thing she got from Walmart because it just bogs down and don't work right. They need to work on their quality. I think that would be, because really, you know, I know a lot of the partners that left that went back to Twitch or went to Twitch, every one of them said the same thing. My stream can't watch me. I can't stream. I'm losing viewers because my viewers can't watch me because it's black screening or it's desyncing or, you know, and I've noticed a problem lately where people's lips, which I don't have that problem, but people's lips are getting from their mouths moving, like their vocals are not lined up with their mouth.
Audio delay.
That shouldn't be an issue. That's like, I mean, you're Microsoft. You saying you make PCs, you make cell phones, you make consoles, and you can't make a software that runs smoothly? You're bullshitting me. You're putting your resources on the wrong thing, you know, and I'm glad they brought Ninja. I think it's cool. I love they brought Ninja. I love they brought Shroud in. All these streamers that they took from a huge platform, I really think they thought it was going to be bigger than what it was. it's still good. It's not as great as I think it's helped. I can tell the difference, like in my numbers and other numbers I've seen, it has helped.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem I have with it mostly is they're promoting the big streamers that they brought from another platform and not promoting the streamers that have been here from day one. And that bothers me a little bit. That bothers me. I think they need to focus. I mean, still promote those streamers because they're huge names and everybody knows who they are. They're huge influencers. But you can't forget about Arcanaut and King Bailey Bomb. You know, I've seen King Bailey Bomb struggling. I bet some of you don't even know who King Bailey Bomb is. Rocket Bear. I've seen Rocket Bear having numbers of people that not even partnered. And some of you might not even know who Rocket Bear is. Rocket Bear is a pioneer of this platform. He was the first person I saw on this platform. And his numbers are under 100. That shouldn't be a thing.
Right.
That should not be a thing. King Bailey Bomb should have more numbers. He is a pioneer. Arcanaut, his numbers are not what they used to be. And I don't like that. I don't think these guys who were here at the beginning of time, when this platform started, given this platform the name that it has, why are they not being pushed? They need to be promoted. They are the pioneers of this platform, not the people you brought for millions of dollars from another platform. That's not fair to these people who have spent almost, I know how much time it takes to put on a show. All that time they've put into making their shows what they are, with the quality, the content, and I don't see, except for like Arcanaut, I don't see King Bailey Bomb or Rocket Bear on Spotlight. I don't see him featured. I never hear him talked about. Nothing. And I don't like that, man. I find it very disrespectful to the people that have just gave you everything to make Mixer what it is. And I don't know. I think they need to help build the people that's helped them, help the small streamers. They need that. Didn't they get rid of up and comer section?
I think they did. It used to be a really, really large majority, but I haven't seen it for a while.
But when I first got to Beam, the first thing I did when I got to Beam is I saw up and comer. That's the first thing I saw. And I was like, yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
That means if I start streaming, I could be one of the people in the up and coming section.
Right.
And as a new streamer, that's huge. You're like, oh shit,
yeah,
people can see me. But now they don't even do that. But Ninja is on the freaking front of the screen all day, every day, all day, right there for you to see. And I've nothing against, I'm not trying to make it sounds like I'm bad. I'm not. It's not. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Ninja's doing his thing. He's a great content. He's doing work. He's doing fantastic. I'm talking about Mixer. Mixer needs to get their priorities straight. You know?
Well, and I'm sure that was probably part of the business dealings that, hey, if I come over, you know, like I get it. I get it was probably all part of that discussion group. And I don't blame them in a way. I do think that we have opportunities as a platform to showcase other creators. And honestly, I think that there are a lot of opportunities to tie that in through Xbox Game Pass. I mean, they're working on this whole I would say like an enclosure. Sorry, because I can't think of the other word. Oh, sorry. God, like a system. We'll go with. A whole system of these different designs that they have between Xbox Live and Xbox Game Pass and Mixer and, you know, Microsoft Office, an ecosystem. There we go. An ecosystem of how we tie all of those things together. And honestly, that branding of saying that circle of promotion would bring us right back into things that would drive new people back to that you know, back to Mixer, back to Office, back to Xbox Live, whatever. And perpetuate that circle, just constantly grow us. And it's an opportunity, but I feel like they could showcase smaller content creators, as you've said, or even older partners, and bring them back to the limelight and say, like, here's someone that's doing X or Y or Z, and we think that's outstanding because no one plays that game. No one talks about this game, and they are a pioneer. They are the builder of this. They're what created this.
Yeah.
And it's important to talk about that. But you also have to look at the flip side, I think, from the business aspect that it's your opportunity, and you've seen the growth from it. I sure as hell know you have. I mean, no denying those numbers, but it's an opportunity to adapt.
Yeah.
We are in a dog eat dog world, and content creation changes day by day by day. You never know what you're going to do when you hit that button. You never know what's going to happen.
And if the thing is, you can't be stubborn. If you don't adapt to the change, you will fall behind. You got to change. Don't let change scare you. Change is scary, but change is important. But you're just talking about the circle, right? Another thing is, say you brought Ninja and Shroud, which is great. Why not in the contract make it to where, okay, Ninja, we're going to bring you over for this amount of money. We're going to put you on the front page, but you need to play with Mixer streamers. You need to play with some other partners. That's the deal. Sure, okay, I can play with one or two. He always plays with his same old people from Twitch, which I'm fine. I'm not saying you can't. I mean, that's his friends, right? Like I play with my friends. That's his friends. So he's playing with his friends. But why not? I feel like he's only playing with his friends instead of making new friends that are on the platform that he's on. And I don't like that. Nobody's reached out to me. Nobody's reached out. I mean, they might have reached out to Gaga, but I know a lot of partners, and I know nobody's reached out to them about playing with Ninja or Shroud or anything like that. Never. And then if I go in there and look stupid, if I go and say, hey, Ninja, you want to run some? He's going to go, who the hell are you? Get out of my stream. You know, because he has no idea who I am. And, even though I'm the community champion, right? I'm at the top. I'm literally right beside him almost every day when he plays Warzone. I guarantee he has no idea who sykoplayz is. I can guarantee, because he watches Twitch. He streams on Mixer. Everything else is on Twitch. Where's the benefit for that? Like, if he's going to come and help promote us, he needs to help promote everyone. If that makes sense. I mean, that's almost like he gets done streaming and he's like, all right, let's go raid someone. Let's go to Twitch and raid someone. That's what it feels like, Oh, and I've never been raided by Ninja. I want my Ninja raid, damn it. Come on, Ninja.
Well, I mean, hey, I think you would explode if not like you mentally or personally or anything like that, but you would explode.
That'd be crazy, right?
Yeah, I know, right? I had a dream about it last night. My girlfriend posted a thing on Twitter about it, crazy nonsense. But I think it's one of those situations, and I think someone had brought it up, and you brought it up as well, that you spend so much time in that carousel, that partner showcase carousel, that you want other people to see that limelight, see the exposure, see the opportunity that you keep on and continue to see day in and day out, because you're always up there next to them. And you're right. Those are opportunities that Mixer could use to promote their own business, because with every single individual community, people feel like they have a slice of life, a flavor with any mood that they might be feeling. And it is those human characteristics, those moods that we need to be in, where sometimes I might pop over to your stream and say, I just need to hear Psycho going off. I need to hear that. I need to hear that right now. I want to watch him pop off in a game. And that's what I need. And then there are other times where I might be watching a web show like Soulzy or Anxiety or whomever, the video game diva, and I need that. I need that heart to heart feel, right? But if you have all of the content is focused towards one layer, one aspect, you stand to die, because there is no variety, and it's hard. It's hard to be put into that position, because Mixer content in general, we want that. We want whatever's on the menu. We want to be able to choose and pick. And so you're dead on. You're spot on that we have to do something in order to stay alive as a platform.
Could you imagine if the benefits it would have if Ninja was playing Modern Warfare with, it was him, Tim the Tatman, Dr. Disrespect, and sykoplayz playing Warzone together, right? So what that does is you see Psycho pop off, right? Oh, headshot. Psycho clutches the game. Dr. Disrespect, Ninja, and Tim are all dead, and Psycho clutches the game with a 23 kill victory. And then all of a sudden people on Twitch are going, who is this sykoplayz guy?
Right.
On Mixer. I might need to go check him out.
Right.
Do you not find that beneficial? Hell yeah, that's beneficial. Why are we not doing that? That not only are you promoting yourself on your platform, but if Ninja is playing with his friends on another platform, you're promoting us over there too. And I get sick of people picking which platform they watch. I play PlayStation, I play Xbox, I play PC. I
Mm-hmm.
watch Mixer, I watch Twitch, I watch YouTube
Mm-hmm.
because I like it all. You don't
Right.
have to pick one. Stop picking one. Stop it. Enjoy it all. That's like saying you can only have one color that you like. I only like this color. No, I like all kinds of colors. That's very boring if you like one color.
Well, and we here, I mean, we personally use I use Restream to broadcast, and I send it to Twitch, Twitter, D Live, Facebook, Discord, and then Mixer, of course. Mixer's my home. Mixer's my community. But the idea is that if we reflect what we create here on Mixer to other platforms, it might bring more people over. And let them know that there are places out there that do not focus on toxicity as a behavior and focus on the growth and foundation of human relationships as a behavior, as an opportunity. Because this is the only platform personally that I believe offers that. Personally. And I don't know. I feel like that's our future. I feel like, swapping over community-wise is our future, that bringing that is the future, that state of well-being is our future. But what does the future of Psycho hold? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Man, I have no idea. I just hope I'm still breathing 5 years from now, man. That's a long time to think. I mean, what I would hope is I would be the #1 streamer on any platform ever. I don't want to be the #1 Mixer streamer. I want to be the #1 streamer. I want to be the best. And I feel like if you're not wanting to be the best, then why the hell are you doing it? And I'm not, I'm not embarrassed to say it. I want to be the best.
Hmm?
But the thing about being the best or being the biggest streamer on any platform, everybody else can be up there with me. It's not just me. Why can't we all be the best? Why can't we all be amazing? We can all be at the top. It ain't like I'm at the top and I'm waving at people below me. No, I'm at the top holding hands with everybody beside me.
Well, and I know that I've discussed it before. I probably sound like a broken record to some people out there, but we're all islands, right? And the viewers, sometimes we are, the viewers of another stream, but the viewers are those board pieces, those slots of wood that bridge our islands together. And we're all on the same surface. We're all on the same planet. And we're all at the same level. You can rather have a bigger island or a smaller island. It could build up, it could build down, outwards, it doesn't matter. But they all branch with each other, piece by piece by piece. And we're what create those bridges. We are that bridge. And so it's on us a little bit too to make sure that other people feel that opportunity. And I think that's one of those things that sometimes I question, that you see people out there who don't want to raid. They don't want to do anything. They get almost like burdened or pulled back in. They get anxious because they feel like they're going to have a bad experience and hurt their community if they show up at someone's doorstep on someone's island and they say, hey, we're bringing this party to you. Let's party. And it goes wrong. So what's the worst experience you've had in trying to bridge with another community, build with another community, and make a difference?
I don't even know, man. I mean,
sorry, I like hard questions.
Well, I mean, everybody has fallouts with other people. I try my best to really be a part of everybody's community. I mean, there's no reason. We're not in high school. There's no drama. It's like most of the drama you see, for the most part, is all fake. It's all brought on for viewers and people like drama. I don't like that crap. I get rid of it quickly. I don't take sides. I don't do this. And if I do something to offend you and you have a problem with me, that's on you. That's you. I mean, we had a pretty big falling out with another streamer. I'm not going to name names, of course, but they are a crazy person. That's all I could say. I mean, oh yeah, Miss Psycho's here. She knows what I'm talking about. They're just literally Like, I might look crazy and our stream's about asylum. This dude's legit nuts. And no matter what we did, what we said, how we did it, what we did, it didn't matter. When you're crazy, you're crazy. There's really nothing you can do about it. And that's really that's all I can really say about that. I don't want to slip up.
It happens. I mean, you have, and I think it shows character to not put direction or not put a face to a name or anything like that, because again, if you're hurting another community, if you're hurting another stream, you're causing that drama. And I mean, we're humans. We naturally want to attach to things that are fiery, dramatic, overly nuts in some fashions. Just the same sense that we look for positivity. We need both ends of the spectrum. We need negative to have balance to positive balance.
See, right now, though, the world is so negative. The shit right now in this world is so negative that I think people are looking for positive.
Absolutely.
So we don't need to be building up fake drama for views. I
Absolutely.
think if you go the opposite way, then it could benefit you more right now on what we're going through. I think the positivity is where it's at. I mean, but I feel like it's so much easier it might just be me, I don't know, but I just feel like it's so much easier to be positive than it is to be negative. I don't know, that might just be me. I might
Definitely
just be
not you.
I mean, it's so easy to smile and laugh and enjoy the situations you're put in, instead of, like, you make your situation bad.
Yep.
You do. You decide you decide when you wake up if you're going to have a bad day or not. Oh, I stumped my toe. Your day's not over. You didn't ruin your day. You just had a setback. You just had an issue. Oh, I ran out of gas. My tire went flat. Okay, pump that shit up and keep going. It's not over. You still have a full day to change anything that you may be going through or someone else might be going through. You might need to be the smile that someone else needs that day. So if your day's bad, smile anyway, because someone else that comes across you that day might be having a worse day. Just because your day's bad doesn't mean it's over. Somebody's day might literally be over, almost over, and your smile and your "how are you" might change that.
Yeah, I mean, you never know who's watching. You never know who could be out there thinking about it, watching, keeping an eye, listening to what you're saying, and the whole broad spectrum of things. That's the way that I look at it, is that everything I should do should be as positive as possible. As positive as possible. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm human. I've screwed up. I've definitely messed up in my time. But when you're thinking about that, staying positive, how it reflects not only the stream but your family, getting involved with your family. I know that's always been a big point for you. How do you do to balance work life versus family life? Obviously, Mrs. Psycho has said that you're a great father, which is outstanding, and we love hearing that. But how do you focus on that?
To be fair, I think I don't do very well at it. I know my wife says I'm this or that, but I put a lot of time into my job. I really do. I put a lot of. We've been poor. We've been broke. We've been homeless. Me, my wife, and my 3 kids. We've been homeless. We've lost everything we've had. And I think I put so much time into my job because I never want them to experience that again. And I spend time with my kids. We play games together. We do this or that, and we watch movies together. We try to eat dinner together at night and whatnot. But I could do better. To be honest, I could do better.
Well, I'm an existentialist by nature. As you said, we create our own problems. We fix our own problems. We're the heart, the cause, the root of our own problems. And if we want to make something better, we want to make something move on from there, then it's up to us. We can tell a person, hey, I'm struggling. I'm just trying to figure it out and I don't know. And that's okay. It's okay to not know. It's about what you do with that I think changes and defines your character as a person. So,
look, but if you're a content creator and you're struggling with something, don't cover that shit up on your stream.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't do it. I see people do it all the time. They smile and laugh, and then they hit me up later talking about, man, my viewership's down. I'm so depressed. I don't know if I can do this. And I'm like, you didn't look like that a minute ago.
Right.
But you also don't want to whine and complain constantly, all the time. Nobody wants to hear that either. So be uppity about your stream, be fun, be exciting. Let people, so what you need to do is tell them, guys, I'm struggling today. I'm dealing with something. I need your help. And let them help you and let it help you and show them that them being there helped you in that day and make them feel good that they helped you. Because it's, like I said, it's a two-way thing, man.
Yeah.
And if I feel bad one day, I let my guys, I don't feel good today. You know, I'm feeling kind of sad. I've cried on stream before. It's a real thing. I'm not going to suck it up, because if I suck it up, that's going to eat me alive. And that's going to make me feel guilty for pretending to be something that I'm not. You know, I don't want anybody to feel like they have to hide how they feel. And if I'm open about it, if sykoplayz is open about it on his stream in front of 1,000 people, then it's okay for you to be open about it as well. I feel like they people notice that stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been in moments where everyone's like, dude, Ham, are you okay? Like, what's going on? You know, I can tell something's, bothering you. Like, what can we do to help out? And I think it's that transparency of being able to say that, I'm having a problem, and that's okay. And the community is there for me just the same as I'm there for the community. This isn't my show. This is our show. This is our stream. We make this all happen. We make dreams happen. We make people's lives change together. I'm not in this alone. And just the same that I'm there for them. So you're 100% dead on. It's always a two-way street. And how do we make sure that we continue to make that happen for people? And I think that's one of the struggles that people run into, is the anxiety of what social interaction, who am I to people? What challenges am I going to face on stream? Is my viewer count going to be up? Is it going to be down? Is it going to be whatever? And so when you're thinking about that, what advice would you offer for the mental struggles of a person going through those challenges every day as a content creator? What piece would you go back and tell them, like, this is something you should focus on?
Well, this job is very demanding. People think you just sit there play video games, and that's not the case. You're sitting there for me, 6 hours a day, and you're reading. This is what people don't get. They don't think about it like this. When I have 500 or something viewers typing and asking me questions, and I'm talking about moving like this. You've been in my chat, right? And I answer probably 80% of them if I can. I'm having to read and think what to say constantly for 6 hours straight. Not only that, I'm having to entertain and be sykoplayz and jam out. And not only that, I'm also playing a game and trying to clutch wins to make you impressed with my abilities. All this for 6 hours straight every day. Try reading for 6 hours straight every day that fast. And when we get done, I'm completely dead. After 6 hours, my job's not over. I turn the camera off and I'm sitting at my desk for another 3 hours checking all my social medias. Sometimes I don't go to bed till 1 o'clock in the morning, still working, checking, having meetings. I have 4 meetings daily. Like, it's a constant. You think getting partnership is hard? Wait till you get partnership. It's a whole different thing, because now your whole livelihood is based on how you perform. And you see your numbers drop, your money drops. It is a business. I know people say, oh, I just stream for fun. I stream because it's fun. I don't stream for fun. I stream because it's my job, but it's fun that I do it. Okay, it is a business. Everybody that streams wants to make money streaming. I don't care who you are. If you are, you're just wealthy already. We're not that way. I'm not wealthy. So it's a very mentally demanding job. So what you need to do is find something off stream that you can go do. What I like to do is, when I'm not streaming, I'll go out and get some vitamin D, which is the sun. God gave us free, happy vitamins in the sky every day. Free, the sun. It's vitamin D. Gets in your skin, makes you feel happy. It's a real thing. It's not fake. It's vitamin D. Gets in you and makes you happy. So go sit outside. So what I do is I get in the hammock and I do all my check all my VODs, and I check all my emails and Twitters and all that while I'm outside in the sun on the hammock. Make you feel good. Go take a walk. Go to the gym. Well, you can't go to the gym right now, but you can go walk. Go walk around the block, right? Go watch a movie with your kids. Find an old movie, guys. We're gonna go watch Biodome. That's an old movie. It was hilarious. Let's watch it together. Let's have a retro Wednesday here in the living room. Let's make dinner together. Let's do a puzzle. Let's build a Lego set. You need to find something to do, and I'm all about 100%. I feel like the number one thing to start getting noticed is to make a schedule and stick to that schedule. Absolutely. That's changed me completely.
Yep.
But if you feel mentally out of it, then take that day off. I'm okay with that. Take that day off. But do not stream 7 days a week.
Ugh.
Do not. That is the stupidest thing you could do. I would highly recommend not streaming 6 days a week. And the reason is because if you watch your same show, say your favorite show, you watch it every single day, every day for 6 hours, every day. It's not going to be your favorite show anymore.
Yep.
You're going to get bored of it. You got to make people want to see you. You got to make them, man, I can't wait for the weekend. So sykoplayz goes live on Monday. So when you go live on Monday, they in there waiting on you to go live. Yay, he's live. You know what I'm saying? So, which makes you feel, that helps with your mental state, knowing people are excited to see you. So you need to take time for yourself. You absolutely need to take time for yourself, for sure.
Well, I wholeheartedly agree. I mean, we're in an age, an electronic age, where people will just want to consume content as much as humanly possible. They want to, just smash down, gorge, and then be finished with it and say, I'm done. But you have to create, in the business aspect, you have to create a little exclusivity. And it's something that Apple does extremely well. They say, well, we're not going to release a bunch of products, or Nintendo even, we're not going to release a bunch of products. We're going to time this out in order to make that happen. We're going to space out our drops of content in order to make that happen. And it's the same thing, I believe, in the streaming world, that, your Twitter is a part of it. Your engagement with other social audiences is a part of that. And, your Instagram is great for sharing your real life, or, whatever it is. I mean, they're all pieces to that puzzle that drive people back to your business. But as you said, running it 7 days a week, 365, you're just another 24/7 stream. And that's why I think that it doesn't encourage viewership. It actually ends up hurting you in the long run, because they've seen everything that you have to offer, and there is nothing that's going to be new. And so
exactly.
I'm wholeheartedly in agreement with that. And it's what makes it fun. It's that unknown that when I go into your channel, I have no idea what I'm going to get. You could be playing any game, classic, PS4, Xbox, PC, retro, doesn't matter. I mean, you've recently picked up PC yourself, and you're killing it, by the way. It was great watching you play Apex for the first time and pretty much run into walls, though.
We don't talk about that, all right?
But it was good. It was good times, and it's that transparency, that humility is what makes it interesting. That not knowing what you're gonna get, you have no clue, and it's what creates the fun of it. When you're talking about fun, I think some of our most enjoyable experiences as gamers are fond memories of just a transitioning or a life-changing moment in a video game. So when you're thinking back on video games that have really changed who you are, what would one of those be?
Man, you and these questions, Jesus. A defining moment that changed in a video game?
Yeah, man. I can think back to a game in particular that has definitely changed my life. Dude, Lost Odyssey made me think about my relationship with my parents and the importance of those relationships that I build, how I need to interact with them. And that game made me cry. I mean, just the same as a stream can make you cry. Yeah. So there's got to be at least one out there.
I mean, I never had anything that did something like that. I mean, something that really excited me for the future was when, say, SOCOM come out on the PS2. Before there was multiplayer online gaming. There was no online gaming back then, right? But you bought SOCOM and it came with a headset. And I was like, damn, a headset. I was so confused on why it came with a headset.
Right.
But you could talk to your teammates that were AI controlled and tell them where to go and what to do. And they responded. And I was like, holy crap, this is the coolest thing. And I felt stupid at first sitting in my living room with my parents cooking in the kitchen. And I'd be like, Alpha, go check out Bravo or blah blah blah, right? Yes, sir. And then there's a sniper up the hill. Should I take him out? Take him out. Or you tell him to take him out quietly. And dude, they were it was still one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in a video game ever. It's still, I mean, and now we get to talk to people around the world and do kind of the same thing. But something about that game feeling in control and feeling like you had the power to control the situation and you were the leader of these elite army Marines, yeah, I guess that's the only thing that really comes to mind about something that really excited me for the future of gaming.
Well, I mean, I'm always excited for the future. I mean, this year is going to be killer. Cyberpunk's going to come out. You got a ton of other titles. You got Assassin's Creed that's going to roll up in here. But like,
yo, that looks dope, doesn't it?
I know, right?
Damn.
Have you seen that Series X, or sorry, the Series X like reskinned Xbox that's all like Valhalla themed, Assassin's Creed painted over, controller and all? Oh my God, dude, you got to check. I'll get you a link if you can't find it. But no, it looks awesome. But I mean, like there's a lot that can end up happening, and there's a lot that can end up distracting us, changing us, reframing who we are. And it's exciting to see a game that just makes you completely clear out and think about like, oh my God, this is the future. This is my future right in front of me. And so when you're thinking about what you could do for yourself, what you could have done 5 years ago, what's something you could go back and tell yourself, you know what, man, shut up and listen to me. This is going to work. Do this. What would be the one piece of advice that you would give yourself going back in time?
I don't know, man. I feel like everything I've done was supposed to happen the way it happened. I don't think I would go and change anything.
Well, there's always a plan.
The mistakes I made, the stupid decisions that I did in my life that I regret till this very day, everything that I've ever done, every situation I was put in, the disease that God gave me, everything that I have to deal with in my life, I still ended up with a beautiful wife who supports me with everything that I do, and 3 wonderful children who are healthy. We have a house. We're safe. I think I'm cool with the decisions I've made.
Well, that's a story in itself. I mean, again, it's thinking about being comfortable with who you are. And I feel like it circles all the way pretty much back to the beginning of what we started with, is that you just have to be okay with that. You just have to be okay with, I am who I am. I'm going to be who I am. And when I'm having a bad day, that's just as important as when I'm having a great day. And I think there's that story. And, you had said yourself earlier that you were on Twitch and, it was a toxic environment. You were on YouTube and you just couldn't have fun. And that when you finally hit the reset button here, you've had the opportunity to engage with an audience in an inclusive manner, quickly and efficiently, and build real human bonds, build real human relationships, because it feels like you are talking to a person. Community is your centric focus. As you said, they aren't just games. They aren't just me entertaining. It's how do I get with my people? And I think that's our whole focus at the end of the day. So if you could offer advice out to any streamers on how to do that, how to teach yourself to be more focused on community, be more focused on multitasking, what would you say to do?
You talking about like how to be more engaging with your audience? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. In a roundabout.
I mean, if you want your audience to feel like you actually, like they're not just there looking at you and you're playing a game and you're speaking in general, but you're actually talking to them. Look at your camera when you speak.
Yep.
Okay. And I help by doing that. I got eyeballs right on my camera.
Yep.
I got googly eyes. If you don't believe me, go to my Twitter. I got googly eyes right on my camera because it helps me know where my camera is, for one thing. And I look right at you. And when somebody says something to you, say their name when they ask you a question. You know, like if Deputy Dad said, "Hey, Psycho," I say, "Yo, what up, Deputy Dad?" And I look at the camera. I don't say, "Hey," and I don't just read the questions like this and then answer it. I read the questions out loud and then answer it. You know, unless the questions are hella long. Sometimes you guys just ask like 30-minute long questions. I can't read all that shit. You got to give me a break. But for the most part, read their questions with their name and answer them by name, just like you would if you were face to face. Okay, so that's a good way for your viewers to feel like you're talking to them, because you are talking to them. You're not talking to, you know, and if you want to talk to everybody in a whole, then you say chat or you say guys or whatever you want to call your community. But, you know, when you're talking to someone, talk to them, look at them, let them know I'm looking at you, I'm talking to you.
So when you talk about upbringing, I know I'd actually originally found you when I was in the streamer squad. When I first started on Mixer, I had, I don't know, 50 followers, and you were still in that community. And when you talk about the transitions of community that have helped define you, where does AOD stand in your history and in your future?
I mean, AOD found me before I was even partnered. I think they came by and liked my look. They thought it was cool. And so they hit me up. It was Mr. AOD Mister's the one that hit me up first. And then he said, "I'm going to tell Insane about you." And then Insane will hit you up. And I've been with those guys ever since. We've been loyal. I don't let nobody disrespect them. I know they got their drama, but what family doesn't have drama? You know? It's how you deal with that drama that makes you a better family. But yeah, I don't know the future. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, I want everybody to understand that you join these teams, right? And they're your family, right? But your brand and your community is your number one focus. You want to help all these people. They're your family. AOD, I love AOD, and I want to help Mister, and I want to help all these people do something special and be something special. But if for some reason what they're doing is against what I'm doing, or it's not going to work out, then I'm going to, you know, I don't know the future, because I don't know what their future is, what their plans are. So what they do determines on what I do, because I have to think of my community first, because my community is what helps feed my family.
Yep. The top priority is right at home.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, nothing against it. And if say for something happened, I'm gonna leave early before it gets crazy, because I want to keep friendships. I'm all about, I don't want drama. If something happens and I would contact them and be like, "Look, this ain't, you know, blah blah blah." You know, and there's been drama where I've had to actually talk to them and be like, "I heard this or this, I just wanted to check," and it was all squashed and it was gone. It was fixed. Right. It was done. Whatever. That's what family do. Family works together to get the situations resolved.
No, yeah, and it's always going back all the way to the beginning. Again, it's always about you know, what you do to overcome challenge and what you do to overcome some of the problems that you run into to build your own future, to build the future of the people around you. And I think that always ends up resonating with everyone, because we've all felt that. We've always felt like, you know, how can I succeed more? How can I do more? How can I be more? How can I just finally thrive, as it were? You know, we've all struggled. We've all been there. I know you brought up something over on Twitter the other day that said that if I ever would have thought that, you know, $5 meant anything more, I can't remember the exact quote. You were talking about how, like, you know, $5 could be a loaf of bread. It could be a meal for a family that could have fed so much. And so if $5 was ever looked down upon or negative in my book, I would quit what I'm doing. So, like, how do you keep grounded with your success as well?
Well, I mean, look, I've been wealthy before, and I lost it all. Everything. We lost everything. Me, all five of us, my whole family, we lost everything because I got greedy. I got selfish. I took what I had for granted, and I wasn't thankful for what I was given. and we lost it all. And now we have a second chance. And I'm not wealthy, and I need people to understand, just because a streamer is a big streamer doesn't mean they have money. That's for sure. Okay. Streaming is an expensive hobby or job. And, you know, I want a new computer, I have to pay for that computer. If my power bill is ridiculous because I have lights everywhere, my computer's running, my game system, if I need a new game, I have to buy that game. If my Xbox breaks, I have to buy that. If I need a new microphone, I have to buy that. That all comes out. It's not. And then talk about taxes.
Ugh.
Let's not talk about taxes.
Yeah.
Okay? So just because you're a decent sized streamer doesn't mean you're rich. Okay. And so, but we've been complete. We lost everything, and we are slowly getting it back. And I think that's what keeps me level. I think knowing what it feels like to be completely broke. I think that's what helps keep me humble, I guess, because I know the feeling. I know what it feels like not to have food. I mean, just last year, we were getting groceries from our local church because we couldn't afford groceries. Last year ago. That right there tells you that we're not making a lot of money, but you know, my time will come. I want to be the best, and that's what drives me to be the best. I want to be the best. I want to be the best so my kids can have the best.
Well, motivation's a strong piece. I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled that, you know, you've had that transition, that you've gone through it, and you said you wouldn't change it. You wouldn't go back and mess with any of that, because that's created who you are. That's created the man that sits before us.
Exactly.
And
it taught me everything.
It's fantastic to have you here, brother.
Well, thank you.
But so this is the point where I would love to hear from the audience to try and ask Psycho any more questions. Something that I might not have touched on, that I might not have driven on, or if you have any questions for me. I would love to hear about that, because this, at a core, as I've stated, as you've stated, it's all community driven. We do this together. And so it's important to hear from people. What's your favorite type of juice?
Damn, my favorite type of juice. Miss Psycho, what's my favorite type of juice?
Orange juice.
I like orange. Orange sounds good. Yeah, I like that. I like that. It's good.
Well, I mean, hey, if you guys have questions, keep them coming. Yeah, go ahead. That's the only juice he drinks. I love pineapple juice, personally. I like orange juice, but pineapple juice is just up there. But like
Panther,
the heartburn.
How'd you know that?
What?
How do you know that? I don't know. I don't know how he knew that. I didn't tell nobody that.
Oh. I think everyone's typing right now. A couple people are like, "Oh, I've got a question. And now everyone's just like, this is the dead silence. The calm before the storm.
That's okay. Maybe we answered everything. I did talk a lot, so.
I like people that talk a lot. It gives me more knowledge, more information, more to learn. Does the amount of followers you have overwhelm you?
No, I don't get overwhelmed. I don't get nervous. I mean, I could get hosted by Shroud and Ninja on the same day, and I'm going to still act the same way.
Chaos said, what helps you push through problems on bad days when you just do not want to stream?
I mean, I'll change the game. Like if it's bad, sometimes I'll go without my makeup and stuff, just be me, because you know, what up, Blacken? How you doing, bro? So, you know, I'll just change it up, or I'll change the game. Like if I feel, you know, if it just don't feel, I don't feel like this or that, I'll find a completely different game, or sometimes I just don't play a game at all. I'll just talk. I'll sit back and just sit back in my chair, like laid back, and have conversation. You know, that I do a lot of talking, but that's fun. That just relaxes me. And it's just like a bunch of people sitting in a room together having conversation. And man, it's crazy, because I'll end up getting more viewers that way than I will when I'm playing a game. It's weird. It's because I suck at games, but you know, that's a whole different topic.
That's debatable. So, as a full-time streamer, how many average hours do you sleep, or what's your average hours sleep?
Oh, good Lord, man. I probably get 4 or 5 hours a night if
Mm-hmm.
lucky. When you say Miss Psycho, I don't, I don't get much sleep. This black under my eye is not even makeup, man. That's just I haven't slept
No, this
in
is
a while.
natural. This just happens.
Totally his
I
fault.
try and
No, it's
change
not.
it with the sun, but so what? How do you keep your stream fresh? Like new content? Does gameplay matter?
I mean, gameplay matters, kinda. But if gameplay was the only thing that mattered, your viewership's going to go down when you change games, and I don't want that. So I want my viewership to stay the same no matter what game I play. So, um, I mean, I don't know. Just have fun. Try to change things up. And some people don't think about it. Your community can get bored. So if you watch your own VOD and you're bored of your stream, you're like, man, this was good last week. Then change it up. And this is what you got to do. Simple. You know, if your webcam is on the left side, change it to the right side. Literally, that's it. You don't got to spend thousands of dollars on new overlays. Take your webcam, move it from the left, put it to the right. Watch how many people notice and say something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, that's it. It's that simple. And you'll look at it and go, all right, that's new and fresh. I like that. I like that. Change your notification. Do a different sound on your notification. It's simple.
Yep.
It's very simple.
I mean, I've even admittedly to anyone out there, I've watched Psycho myself actually adjust his overlay to have a more engaging effect when he does that like whole fire background thing with the dancing lights and everything like he's up on stage. I watched him do that live. Edited it live in front of everyone, and it was a blast. I mean, it helps people learn, but you also see again the transparency of this is what I have to do, and sometimes it's just you come up with an idea and you want to act on it. But there was another piece. If you have no viewers all day, do you talk to yourself or do you wait for someone?
Always talk.
Mm-hmm.
Always talk. And that's huge, because if you go into a stream to watch someone and they've sat there for 10 minutes and not said one word, most of the time you're gonna leave.
Yeah.
Always talk. And if they're not asking you questions, then talk to the people. Talk about your gameplay. What's happening? What you're doing next. The best thing to do, what I used to do, is I would find buddies to play with, and I would have their party in the thing so everybody could hear. Everybody. And you're constantly talking to them, which means you're talking. You don't got to be talking to the people in chat. You just need to be talking in general. Always talk. Always.
Mm-hmm. When did something start out badly for you, but in the end it was great? What was it you did to try and turn that around?
I don't know. That's a loaded one. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
No big deal.
I've enjoyed everything I've done. Be honest with you, man. I really, I don't just do things off the whim. Like, I honestly put a lot of thought into what I'm doing. So I'm pretty proud of the decisions I've made, to be honest with you.
Awesome. Does your setup matter how well in a stream does? Sorry, to rephrase the question. Sorry, I'm just kind of reading it. How much would your stream setup matter in how successful a stream would be?
So, I mean, like the way my stream looks is, I really think very much benefits my success, because that's the first thing people notice. The first thing they come in, here's the thing about what your stream looks like. Right now, go over to search and go to Modern Warfare and look at all the people. The first thing you see is their overlays. You don't see their gameplay because it's not moving. You don't hear their voice because you can't hear sound. The first thing you see is what it looks like on the thumbnail. And what they see is what they decide if they want to click. So if they see something, oh, what is this guy doing? I can see he's got a smile on his face and makeup on. What is he doing today? And they click on it because they're curious on what's going on. So it's very important on what they see on the thumbnail before they even click. That's what makes them decide to click you or not.
Well, and I know I've always expressed that, when you highlight your mouse over top of a stream and you're just showcasing it to see what's going on, you might not be able to hear it. You might not know what's going on, but how the person's interacting, what they're actually doing on the screen matters just as much. So when you've got a person who's not talking, they're not doing anything, and they're just sitting back in their chair like...
Exactly. And it
no
almost
one's
looks
going
like
to click on
still
that.
frame. It almost looks like it's broken. Like, this shit ain't working. It's not moving. Dude, I've seen, we rated a guy one time. We rated him for like 300 viewers. He didn't notice for 10 minutes because he was texting.
Wow.
He lost, while we sat there, we watched his viewership drop probably, I don't even know. He probably dropped 200 viewers while we sat there for 10 minutes. It was crazy.
Oh, hey, look, a massive raid. Thank you guys, by the way. I'll touch on that later. Sorry, I'm trying to get this question before I... Okay, all right. So there was... if you could get a celebrity guest appearance with you, who would you pick?
And
then one second, Shadow.
Celebrity guest to like be on my stream with me?
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Damn, man. I mean, if I could, Mike Tyson, I would love to. Yeah, Mike Tyson's my dude. No, Miss Psycho, you're wrong. It's Missy Elliott. If I could get Missy Elliott on my stream, I want Missy Elliott. Yo, Overcome, could you shut the hell up? You're getting on my damn nerves.
So Shadow had asked if you had a question for someone who's trying to apply for partner, for the anxiety that might have, when you're under review, what would you tell them for advice? Just asking for a friend, quote unquote.
What'd you say? What?
So if a person's applying for partnership, Shadow had asked if a person's applying for partnership and they're having to deal with the anxiety of being under review, if you could offer any advice to them, what would that be?
Don't think about it. Just let it go. Okay, you're either going to get denied or not. That's it. You fill out this thing. Don't stress. Just keep streaming. Just keep doing what you're doing. It might be a month before they contact you back. Keep doing what you're doing, because the reason they're reviewing you is because they're looking at your channel. So keep killing it. Don't focus on any of it. Don't pay attention that you just filled this damn thing out. You do what you do, and the thing is, you might get denied. If you get denied, use that denial as fuel for fire yourself up to make your content even better. Use it as fuel. All right, that's all you got to do. That's what I got denied my first time. I got denied. And that's what made me change to this. I got denied when I was not this. Before we made the asylum change, we got denied. And I don't blame them. I would have denied my boring ass too. And that's when I had the dream. And that's when everything changed. Don't let it bother you. Use your denial or whatever. Use it as fuel.
I got it. I got it. Just give me a minute. Sorry, guys.
Come on, mods.
I got it.
You got mods in here, right?
Yeah, we've got, I think, one right now.
Samurai. Come on, boy. Come on, bro.
Sammy's probably playing Animal Crossing. She's probably distracted by like black roses or, I don't know, some sort of weird fish or a moth or something like that. You know how Animal Crossing is these days.
I know. My wife's playing it right. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she's playing it right.
It's easy. It's easy. But hey, you know what? It happens. I get it. We got it. Everything's all square. I thought it was part of the raid hype, so I was just kind of letting it go, but it's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of opportunity when you're talking about just being yourself. I mean, I've been denied three times. Yeah, 3 times. Mostly stream time. I was working a full-time job, 40 hours a week. I have an hour drive time. I don't have the time. I got a girlfriend. I got stuff to do. Yeah. It's like you just can't do enough. And when they're looking for people who want to do this as an opportunity to make them money. It's a business. I don't blame them. Yeah, I'm not a smart choice if I'm not in this full time. I'm just not. And there are people who can do it part time. Don't get me wrong. There are definitely people, but it's just I was not one of them. I'm not at a position, and I wasn't at a position part-time where I was making them money or making them growth or bringing them an audience. And so I'm okay with that. And I think that there are a lot of people that look at that negatively as, well, they got denied. Screw them. I'm going to leave. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
But in an essence, they're firing their own flare up to say that I'm not good enough yet. Because instead of taking it upon themselves, if we've all discussed today, and saying I could do something more, I could do something better, they're looking for someone else to blame in that environment. So it takes, like as you said, a little bit of humility to step back and say, you know what, I'm not good enough. I'm not ready. Let's make it happen. So I would definitely say the same thing. Don't worry about denials or approvals or anything like that. Focus on what you can do to just always be better day in and day out. And that's what I would recommend as well.
Yeah. Yo, Panther, I'm going to answer your question. Have you ever done or thought about doing a charity stream? We do them all the time. And actually, we're doing one tomorrow that you brought it up. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, I'll be doing a No Hungry Children. Tomorrow's Thursday. Friday. Miss Psycho knows. Friday. I thought
Thanks,
tomorrow was
Psycho.
Friday. Friday, we'll be doing a charity stream at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. And it'll be kind of a subathon. So for every sub we get that day, I will myself donate $1 a sub. So if we get, for some reason, 2,000 subscribers on that day, I'll donate $2,000 to charity. Okay? So yeah, it's on you. So what you give, I give.
That's fantastic. I love hearing that. I know we're big fans of charity here. We do stuff with Extra Life. I just finished one where I'd actually shaved my beard off. I'm still in the process of trying to grow it back. But I've had a goatee effectively for more than a decade.
Yeah.
So I just cut it all off. Whatever you got to do for the kids, man. Like
you do it, bro. You got to
exactly.
Do it.
And someone had also asked, how many times have you done co-streams, or how often do you do co-streams?
Before I got partnered, I did them all the time. They're good when you're non-partnered to help promote each other, but when you become partnered, you honestly you can't do them anymore, because and it sucks because I thought co-stream, which I still believe in, co-streams are great.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're partnered, it's very difficult. It's very aggravating. Now if they set it up different, that's on Mixer's end. That's Mixer's fault. The way they got it set up, it's very hard to know who's getting what. So I co-streamed with Scottish Rebel. He was the last person I co-streamed with. And we ended up getting embers, but we didn't know who was getting the embers.
Right.
The embers just pop up for both of us, and you don't know who's getting them. So in the chat, the mods don't know who's talking to who to ban, because it doesn't separate, like, so say if I'm looking at my chat and I'm co-streaming, every person that's a sub on my channel and his channel looks like they're my sub. And on his channel, it looks like my people and his people are all his subs.
Yeah.
So you don't know who to time out, who to ban, who's asking questions about who. It's too damn confusing as a partner. But as an up-and-comer, highly recommend. Yeah, it's hella fun, but do not forget, because this is another Mixer issue. When you end a co-stream, if your co-streamer doesn't back out of the co-stream, it stays there on your stream. So you're here and they're here blacked out under you, and it says so-and-so's offline.
Right.
So you need to make sure you tell them to turn it off, because Mixer, for some reason, doesn't auto turn it off, and that's really, really stupid. It
does suck. I always that was always my first thing, is I would pull up my page and rather leave or kick a person from the thing so I could go back to being full screen. And you still see that from some of the newer users. I feel like that was something they could have put in the academy just to help people out. You know, the people who are, you know, obviously the academy is a little newer, but
yeah,
help people out to understand that like, yeah, this is something that maybe we need to fix, but at least for now, here's the knowledge piece, so that way you can try and take care of it. But all right, and you're gone. All right, but wait, what is it? I thought it was different than subs and stars. Hot Rod, the problem that you can run into is that it's still, because the system is recognizing it is this person a sub, and the API is just saying yes. So the bot's just pulling that information in from the API, and since you're in a shared co-stream, the streams are synonymous. It's saying, are they a sub? Yes, and then you're running into the problem. So it's kind of weird. To his point, it's something that they could work on to fix that, but
they need to, because I love co-streaming, and if they would fix it, oh hell yeah, I'd do it all the time. But it's just, as a partner, it's too damn confusing. It's really confusing.
So I think we kind of touched on it a little bit, but Psycho, do you ever feel like you just don't want to stream because you've had a bad day or you're tired? How do you push through it?
I mean, if my day's really bad, if it's really really bad, I won't stream. But if it's just a bad day, I always think about someone else might be having a worse day. So in my stream, them being there will make me have a better day and could make them have an even better day. So I push through it at first, but if you have to end early because it's not helping, then you end early. But at least try to give it a shot. At least just put yourself out there and just sit there and talk. Don't even turn the Xbox on. Don't even turn it on. Just say, guys, we're just going to do a web show today. We're just going to sit and talk. I don't feel like playing games, but I feel like talking to you and just have conversation.
I've always thought of it as kind of like a rock show in a way that, you know, people buy tickets to the show, they want to show up, and you never know what the show is going to end up being like. As long as you can still play an instrument, your heart might not be totally in it, but you never know. You might be amped up by the fact that the crowd is just absolutely one of the best experiences that you've ever had. And so when they buy tickets to the show, you better show up too, because it's their show just as much as it is your show. So I don't know. That's the way that I've always looked at it. But what Panther said, what are the benefits of subscriptions? I would ask for the knowledge piece. What are the benefits to a viewer as well as the benefits to yourself, if you're capable of talking about that?
I mean, the benefits for you subbing to me is that's what helps me feed my children. I mean, you sub to me because you support what I do. That's just like you going to the movies or paying for Netflix. You sub to me because you support me and you want to continue to see me do this. And without subs for me, I wouldn't be able to continue to do this every day. What benefits you is it gives you more sparks, which is really, that used to be a huge deal back in the day when sparks really helped people. But now that's really not that big of a deal, really. You get really cool emotes, which is awesome. And yeah, it supports your streamer. And for like some streamers, which I don't do, is you'll get sub only days.
Yeah, no ads. That's another thing.
Oh yeah, you get no ads. There you go. And some streamers do sub days where they only play with subs. I don't do that shit. I don't believe in that. That's just me. I don't disagree with what, that's them. I don't want to, you know, I'm not saying that to disrespect anybody. I'm fine with you doing it. I don't do it for my own reasons. So, but I do jump my subs to the top of the list when I open up the lobbies. They do get priority. And sometimes I do sub only giveaways, but I don't even do that often. That's just very, very rare.
I only came in halfway through. Touch on this. How do you feel it's more important? How do you feel it's more important to have the platform help bring viewers in, or streamers to help bring their viewers in? I mean, we kind of touched on that. Between Mixer offering promotional opportunities to smaller streamers, smaller partners, things like that. How do you feel like, I know we touched on a little bit more on the partner side. How do you feel like it's beneficial, not to just up and comers, but people who have been on the platforms for, let's say, 3 months or 6 months and haven't really gotten into, you know, let's say partnership status, but are still working on that growth? What do you feel like Mixer could do to help them out?
I mean, I still wish they'd bring back the up and comer section. I feel like that's just disrespectful to remove that to me.
That was for what, the first 7 days, if I recall?
Oh, is that for the first 7 days?
I believe. I think it was your first 7 days on stream, I think.
Okay, which is still great. You know, you got to make sure as a viewer, you need to be going to different channels and not promote yourself, but put yourself out there as in, hi, I'm so-and-so, I love your channel, nice to meet you. And you might be there in their channel for months and get to know them and get to know one another. And they're going to start talking about you on your stream, which is going to benefit you. And you talk about them on your stream, but get relationships with one another. I mean, it's called Mixer because they want us to mix it up. They want us to mix up our gameplay. They want us to mix up our looks. They want us to mix up our each other, getting together, playing with people. Yeah, it's networking is very, very important. What I do every night, and I've been doing this for about 2 weeks now, and I've absolutely loved it, is every night I've been going to other streamers, random. I'll go to Call of Duty, and I'll just look down and see somebody catches my eye. I'll click on it. I don't know if they know who I am or not. I'll go on there and be like, yo, you got room for one? And sometimes they're like, yeah, they get excited. And then sometimes they're like, nah, they don't know, they're just like, nah, I'm good. So, and I'll go in and run, get some dubs with them. And
yeah.
It makes me happy. It makes them happy. And it's networking. And I'm not doing it for my own benefit. I'm doing it just because I enjoy it. I want to get to know other people. I'm not here just for people to know who I am. I want to get to know other people as well. It's a two-way street.
Well, and I think networking has two different aspects of that line of thinking. That there are a lot of people that are in networking because they want to see the benefit to themselves and themselves grow, and there are other people who are in networking because of the more relationship driven reasons. They want to just meet new friends, meet new people, help people out, have a good time on stream, off stream, everything. And I think that the latter is definitely where a person sees more benefit to their own mental health, their own well-being. That it's something that I know that I can feel good about. It's not about like, hey, I want to show up to the party and then tell them, oh yeah, by the way, I'm over here streaming. Ha, by the way.
Yeah. That's a terrible. That's how you lose. Family right there. That's not great.
And I wholeheartedly agree with that. Every raid that I've ever done, everything that I've ever interacted with, we do not mention us. We do not mention what we're doing, why we're doing it. We're just showing up to have a party and bring the party to another person and make them feel fantastic.
That's why my raids, we say raid with conversation. That's what we started that. And we don't say sykoplayz in us. We don't say we're the asylum. Our raid is spamming the words, hi, hello, how are you, and so forth.
Yep. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in that. I would say the productivity of just being genuine and being real, because it's not a promotion. It's by no means a promotion. And people see right through that. If you're trying to weasel it into the conversation, people are just going to see right through that. And so there's no point. There's just no point. You're just shooting yourself in the foot. So
guys, don't show up at a stream, right, that you started, you just went to for the first time, and be there for 10 minutes, go, all right, guys, I got to leave. I need to start my stream. That is self-promoting. Don't do that. We all know what you're doing. We're not stupid. We know what you're doing. We're not idiots.
No. We're going to end up coming back to play something, Candle. And then Mason, we will end up raiding someone at the end of the day. We always end a stream with a raid. So that'll be a focus. Now, I would love to ask, do we have any other questions for Psycho before we end up concluding our interview portion? Anyone else have anything else on their mind that they might want to ask? Or again, like I said, Psycho, even if you have any questions for me.
I'm not very good at asking questions, to be honest with you, man. I'm just...
Well, we all love you regardless. Because you're good at entertaining. And you're good at keeping us happy. How long have you had that microphone? Which I believe is actually named Mike. Is that accurate?
Yeah, this is Mike the Mike. There he is. Hey, Mike. I don't know. I had it since... I got it the day it came out. So look out what day the HyperX Quadcast came out. And that's when I got it. I don't know. Exactly. Not sure.
So, Candle, we did touch, Reaper, we did touch on that a little bit, but the question was, how have you stayed consistent through the years?
Changing things up, not playing the same game, just doing different things, playing different games, bringing up different conversations, changing my overlays, moving my webcam, just everything, just constantly be doing something different.
Kendall, we touched on that it was actually part of a dream. Claw, have you ever, Claude asked, have you ever done or thought of poetry or favorite phrase stream?
Oh, I mean, I've had people wanting me to do like they want me to read a book and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That might happen. Shit, I don't know. I'm not good at reading though. That's my issue. I'm not a good reader, but if I get bored enough, shit, I'll read something.
How much was the makeup?
Yeah, shit costs like $1 at the Dollar Tree.
Chaos, you can get a mask. Do you guys have a link? It should go through. We don't have links are enabled right now. So if you have a link to it, feel free.
Well, we don't have these masks because I'm not selling these masks while people are struggling to find them. So
Okay.
I'm letting the people that need, like, the places that need to sell them by themselves. But we do have those things called gaiters that cover your whole mouth. That has my smile. They're just kind of what we got just to kind of make up for the not having the other ones for right now.
Do you still do epic builds on Minecraft?
I do not. No, I did that so many times, man. It burned me. How do you know I do epic builds? I'm just burned out of that crap.
Do you believe that you're the best sniper in Warzone?
I absolutely am. Absolutely. It's not do I believe. There's not a do I no. I am the best sniper in Warzone.
Any ways that I can start streaming? Is that your question, Kendall? Like what would you do to start streaming? Is that I guess what you're getting at? I'm gonna
Challenge
assume.
accepted. Hey, I mean I'm the best, bro.
I mean, I've got one that you could probably answer in the meantime while we're waiting for a response. Do you ever have nose issues with the mask?
Yeah, it's freaking. It's annoying. You'll see me. I itch my nose.
I see you
all the
itching
time.
every once in a while.
Yeah, it's itchy. I get these little fuzzies that like literally just go straight up in my nostrils, just straight up in there. And, like you can go anywhere, but you decide to go right up in my nose hole, and that shit tickles and itches. And I'm not picking my nose, Miss Psycho. I'm not picking my nose. It's itchy.
Nice. I can't ever imagine. I mean, I've worn two glasses on stream, like 2 pairs of glasses. I've got a pair of beta shades, and then my gunners. But that's probably the craziest I'll ever get. I don't know if I would ever get to the point of wearing a mask.
Well, it takes some getting used to. Like when I first did it, I had these big blisters. Now it's just callus right here, but I'd get these massive blisters on top of my ears. And then this right here will rub raw sometimes on the top of my nose. And I'll get like, it sounds gross, but it's so dirty. It gets dirty, it gives me blackheads. It's gross. And it smells terrible.
How often do you wash it?
How do I wash it?
No, how often?
Every couple weeks. I don't want to wash it too much because this is handmade and I don't want it to fall apart. It scares me that it's the only one I got.
What are your total wins in Warzone?
86.
Nice.
I think. I could be wrong.
I think I have like 3, so. What kind of earbuds are you using?
Just look up cheap earbuds on, they're called in-ear monitors. They're hella cheap, like $20 on Amazon. That's what, I don't even know what they're called.
Nice.
Let me see. Oh, there they are. ZSN Pro.
ZSN Pro.
That's it. And they're hella comfortable. They are. They don't sound the best, but they're very comfortable.
So do you ever feel like that's gotten in the way, the quality? Like, I'm not trying to like name drop or anything, but like, running earbuds versus, let's say, a pair of Turtle Beach or Astro or something like that.
It's a big, I use HyperX Clouds, which are fantastic. They're light as a feather. They sound fantastic.
So they feel like a cloud?
Exactly. They really, I mean, you don't even feel them, man. I had Astros, man, and that to me was like a waste of $250 it was awful. Them things are like 30 pounds. It put a damn dent in my head. That's why I had to stop wearing them.
Dude, Turtle Beaches, the compression on those things is outrageous.
Give you a headache, man.
Yes. Yeah, literally like in 5 minutes and I'm throwing them against the wall. That's been my experience. I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but that's definitely been mine. The Astros, this particular pair, I don't feel that with, but some of the wireless ones end up feeling way too heavy. I can't do wireless.
The Astros I had are very comfortable. Like they're good press on, they're comfortable, but to wear them for 6 hours, it literally gave me a headache because I could feel them it was so, and you don't notice they're heavy until you buy a lighter pair of headphones. You're like, holy crap, man, these things are heavy as hell. And they're like the damn microphone kept doing this shit by itself. It would just, and I was like, man, these things, that's a waste of $250, bro. The cable, I had to replace the cable twice. And to replace that cable, there's $60 for a damn mute cable.
Wow.
Nah, never again.
So then I have a question for you. When you're thinking about brands, I know you brought up before, if there's a brand that you could work with that like they send you an email right now or overnight or whatever, and you wake up and you see that, who would it be? Why?
Oh man, there's actually, can I name two?
Go ahead.
Okay, Elgato is like one of my go-to. I have 3 Stream Decks. I use their capture card. I mean, everything about, I love Elgato. If they would hit me up, bro, it would be a match made in heaven. And of course, HyperX. Because I love HyperX, man. I mean, they're red and black. They fit my style.
Right.
We're the same color.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hit me up. And I've already sold like 20 of these damn microphones, and I ain't make nothing from it.
Well, and so you don't run an XLR because I think they're just USB driven, right?
These are USB, yeah.
But do you, if I remember, there are a lot of people that use them, but I feel like I've seen you on Twitter posting a picture of a Go XLR. Do you use one or no?
I do, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but you just connect that via USB or like 3.5 out?
I connect it through the 3.5 millimeter.
3.5, okay. So traditional analog. That's what I thought. Yeah. I was like, man, I could have sworn I've seen him.
It sounds great.
Oh, absolutely. I mean I use a USB.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the blue. I see it. That thing's huge, man. That's where I had the blue before I bought this. So it's a good mic.
No, yeah, no, I got the I have the version that has XLR. It's just everyone's like, you need a Go XLR. You need that. And I'm like, yeah, but it's $450, man. I can't pump out for that. I'll go buy like a Scarlett or something that's $100 that at least I can get XLR.
I mean, sound is important as a streamer. The way you sound is very important because that's what they hear the whole entire thing. And you don't want to use like your headset because those things sound terrible. You at least want a mic. And the blue, man, they're like $50 now or something.
Yep.
If you're just starting out, get a blue. I mean, these are, I think this HyperX was $140 when I bought it, which is well worth the money, but it might be even cheaper now. I don't know. I've had it for a while.
But Panthers had asked how long you've been streaming. 8 years, right?
8 years, yeah.
8 years. And from Twitch to YouTube to Mixer is the correct transition?
Yes.
Gotcha. So that should answer that. And I think that's all. Thank you for what you're doing for helping others. Use Plantronics. I think that's everything. I don't see any other questions as of far. Last call. Last round.
Any more questions, ladies and gentlemen? What do you got for your boy Psycho? This is your last opportunity, maybe forever.
Oh, it is not his real voice. We did touch on that. Best toilet paper brand. That's it. There you go. Right there. That's the question.
You want to hear my real voice, though? This is
oh, my God, funny. Please.
Everybody freaks out because they're like, well, it doesn't sound much different. But it actually does when you compare them side by side, right? So, hold on. This is my real voice. This. And this is Psycho's voice. It's a little bit different.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say you sounded pretty close when we met in person. They're real close.
Yeah. And then, but when I'm Psycho, I also add. You know, I become a character. You know, I like to my family. I probably sound stupid. I can't hear the way I sound because all I can hear is the microphone, right? But I talk differently. I enunciate differently. yeah.
I mean, you got to draw your syllables, and yeah, I would say different. That the length of them adds to the character, adds to the persona of the insane concept.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's and to your point, it's all branding. It's all building that. It's all building that brand. Candle, I can actually help you with that. How long did it take you to break 50 followers? Last one.
Probably not long, honestly, on Mixer because I already had a following on Twitch and YouTube that was pretty big. So going to Mixer, now it took me a while to get to 2,000. It took me like 2 years to get to 2,000, enough to apply for partnership. But 50, I probably got in a week or two, I'm assuming.
Classy. I love it. Well, hey. It has been an absolute treasure to have you here. I loved asking a wide variety of questions. and get a wide variety of answers. I think it's been incredibly insightful to not only the business, but to you as a character, to your community, and what you stand for, what motivates you, what drives you to be and become the best. And so from the rest of us, especially from myself, I appreciate it.
I don't use toilet paper. Chaos. There you go. You happy? I don't use toilet paper. I use my hand. All right? Quit asking stupid questions.
They're in an asylum. I mean, come on.
Jesus.
Like, there's all the amenities are gone.
Sorry, I mean to interrupt you, but he's mad.
No, I'm good.
His toilet paper question.
No, it's all right. I'll slap him around later. He's
right
one of mine.
Now, I buy whatever brand we can get at the Dollar General. That's it. Okay? Whatever they allow us to buy.
But it's been an absolute honor. It's been fantastic to have you here, and I appreciate you taking the time. I know you said that you have a ton of interviews lined up. And
Not
some
today, but yeah, I get they come through.
Hey man, everyone wants to hear from you. You're a personality. You're a character, and you lead people, and it's fantastic to see that here on this platform.
Well, I love it, man. I appreciate you allowing me to be here. Thank you.
Oh no, it's my honor. I promise. All day, every day. I love the opportunity to even engage with more people. As you said, it's not anything for me more than the knowledge piece and just getting to meet people, to understand people, because we all have a story. Every person, every name behind this channel all has their own story and what they bring to the table, what makes them unique, and the struggles that they've gone through. And I want to know. It's just in my nature that I want to hear it. I want to see it all.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question, though?
Yes.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
You know, when I was curious, because I never get to see it from another person's perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, everybody knows if say you have a large following, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people say you're famous, which I'm not at all. I'm Psycho, and that's it, right? But people act like I'm something different. I'm curious how when you saw me at the Mexican restaurant, sitting right beside you, and we could hear y'all. Just so you know, we heard y'all whispering. Is that sykoplayz? I think that's sykoplayz. Like, we heard you, right?
Right.
And then you lean and you go, excuse me, are you sykoplayz? I literally looked like this, guys, sitting at the table. I looked like this, and he said, are you sykoplayz? It was adorable. But I was just wondering, like, how did you feel seeing, it sounds weird me asking, but I'm curious from another side. How did you feel sitting next to sykoplayz? I'm just curious.
Well, the way that I end up viewing it is like, I don't like doing anything that is offensive, right? Like we have a really, really inclusive environment, really accepting environment. And I know that sometimes people outside of the streaming world view me as over the top, because I'm the same person here as I am in real life. I'm approachable. I want to know. I like engaging with people. I like having friends. And I know some people are different. So approaching someone outside of that, thank you, Firetag. I appreciate that. Approaching someone outside of that and saying like, hey man, like I just want to talk to you. I have no idea how that conversation's going to go. I just don't. And so I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be disrespectful, and I don't want to approach you when you're just trying to enjoy a moment with your family, your friends, and just relax.
Yeah.
Cuz I didn't know you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I was a little nervous, definitely, because I don't want to put anybody out. I don't want to make anyone feel like they've got to do something, or that they've got to, change what they're doing with their day in order to accommodate. So that's how I felt. I didn't want to put you out.
Well, I'll tell you this. That was the first time that I've been out in public as Psycho. And it was overwhelming. It made me feel good for you to come up to me and want to take a photo with me. So I just want to say thank you for coming up and saying something, because I'd much rather people come up and ask for a photo or whatever than not, because not only, it might make you get excited that you got a picture with Psycho, but it makes me excited that, hey, somebody knew who I was, because I'm wanting to be the best. I'm wanting people to know who I am. That's what I want. That's what I've always wanted. And I tell that to my wife and my kids. I'm like, man, I hope one day I'm walking like at the Dollar General and somebody's like, hey, sykoplayz. Like, I want that. And so for you to come up to me and like know who I am, I thought that was cool. So thank you.
I more than happy to oblige. I know that like it was an experience for me because I've never been to a convention. I've never been to any of those events, never done anything. And that was my first endeavor into one, the world, but two, going to a con that's like that. And so it was just like I was overwhelmed. I mean, streaming stuff, everything. It was all brand new, completely new world. So I didn't know how to approach people and be nice about it.
Yeah, that was my first one as well. So I never done it, and I've never even flown, never been to Texas, never went out in public as Psycho. Like it was all so new, and it was so cool. It was amazing.
Panthers, that's what we were actually just talking about. That's how I recognized Psycho. Is we were at a Mexican restaurant, and he was in his full makeup and getup and everything. And I'd actually seen you on the floor, and I was like, well, I know he's here. I don't know where he is. And so it was just ironic that we were out at lunch, and it was just like, yeah, let's just take a break. And lo and behold, there's Hufo and there's Psycho sitting down to have a lunch right next to us. It's like, oh my God, the world's so small. You know, it was enjoyable. It was really, really enjoyable.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, the marks down there were fantastic. They were fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm absolutely thrilled. I'm glad you got to sit down and spend some time with us. And dude, I can't wait to see what your future holds. I can't wait to see what you again continue to pioneer on Mixer and in the world.
Well, thank you. Same to you, man. You're doing good things over here. I like to see the growth. It's very nice to see.
We're always trying.
All you can do.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Well, it's been a pleasure. We'll end up putting this up on YouTube for anyone who might have missed a different portion of it. But we'll transition into a break, and then anyone who wants to hang out, I feel like it would be fun to get some of the guys involved, some of the gals involved in trying to play some Jackbox. I don't know how often you've played Psycho.
Oh, we do it. It's hella fun.
Nice.
Guys, make sure to play some. My community, if they're here, they played it. That's fun.
Awesome. I basically Panthers every Wednesday, every Sunday when they are available, but I schedule them for Wednesdays and Sundays accordingly. But yeah, it's been awesome. So we'll end the call again. Psycho, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for giving up your time and investing. And again, the community as well. The other members of the community who've invested in being here, being present, asking questions, and spending time with each other and making this all happen. Because again, as we've both stated, we're here for you just as much as you guys are for us. So thank you.
100%.
Awesome. Well, cool, guys. If you have any more questions, feel free to divert them over to social media. You can always find him again at sykoplayz. Let me turn on my bot here. Oh, let's get that out of the way. There we go. And then let me get a shout out. If you guys haven't already, you guys can find him. Oh, that's someone else right here. You guys can go ahead and fill up that beautiful heart. Any of my vault dwellers out there, right there. Click on that name, drop it down to a little follow heart, fill it up, make sure it's full, and stop in sometime and check it out. One of the best content creators on this platform and one of the best guys in the world. So thank you again, Psycho.
Well, thank you, bro. You guys have a blessed night. Thank you for the questions. I really appreciate it.
Greatly appreciate it. And hopefully we get an opportunity to see you soon.
All right. Sounds good.
Awesome.
Later.